Tellemtribe Tarot, daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. I trust that you're feeling good, feeling great, and that you are ready to humbly receive this message that may or may not pertain to you. Take what resonates with you and leave behind what does not. If you listen to this video and it could be good advice for somebody that you know, based on the conversation that you are recently having, and you're like, oh shit, this will really help so-and-so, click the share button. That helps the video, it helps the channel, it helps your friends, and we're all just in this community of helping each other. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss a beat. Share the video to share the wealth, okay? We just talked about this. Subscribe to the channel, Geminis and Gemini cross watchers. Join the channel membership if you want the exclusives. The list of all the exclusive perks are there when you click join, or you can click the link in the description. And now we're just going to get into what you came for. Because Gemini, you are here for what you're here for. You just want to be in and out. I get it. But say hello to a goddess to let me know that you care. So let's see what's going on. So soulmates. So there's a soul connection, partnership, agreement, or soul contract. So you are here to find out about someone who you may potentially think is your soulmate, maybe your soulmate, or you may be looking for your soulmate. Some of you, I feel, are waiting for your soulmate. I can certainly relate. I am an advocate and believer of, if you go out looking for who you're looking for, that's great and dandy. But if you're not completely healed, you may attract and secure someone based on the parts of you that you're still trying to heal. So it's important that you allow the universe to concoct the way that it does based on what your projections are, your manifestations. It will see that you're working on yourself, and then it will work to bring you someone who will be cohesive with your healing, as opposed to you going out and grabbing somebody that you think matches what you need. Sometimes we just need to be patient. Someone needed to hear that. The chaser. Didn't we just talk about this? So you are here, honey. Someone going after what they want. You may feel like you find your soulmate, and you might be borderline stalking someone, or every time someone leaves or says that they can't do this anymore, instead of just saying, okay, I'll be here maybe when you come back, you are just crying and kicking and screaming and raising hell and high water, because you have not completely healed enough to know that life is about flowing. Freely give, freely receive. When the tide goes out, the tide comes back in. When the tide goes out, it takes sand with it. Sometimes the person that you're with may need to just go back out into the tide. Maybe you need to go back out, get washed off, get renewed, so that you can have a new attitude and be the best version of yourself for yourself. At which point you can be the best version of yourself for someone else, should you choose to be in a relationship, because everybody don't want to be in a goddamn relationship. Some of you are keeping and holding on to a relationship because you don't know how to be alone. So you are the chaser. Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak. Freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. Gemini, we've been on the topic of addiction for a hot little minute. So I'm not surprised to see that show up on the card here. So I have 3 different energies here. So interesting. This reading is going to be amazing. Okay, so we have someone who may be looking for a soulmate, or waiting for their soulmate, or feel as if they have met their soulmate but is uncertain. Then you have someone who is chasing someone who doesn't necessarily want to stay, but maybe stand because it's convenient, or you just are afraid that your situation may change and you may be left alone because you are used to being left alone. Maybe you suffer from abandonment issues where the people that you love never stick around. So you always feel as if you are not good enough. And then you have the healing heart, someone who may have broken up with their significant other. Well, whether you had to walk away or they ghosted you or they walked away from the connection because it just wasn't working for them for whatever the reason was. And you were just trying to figure your shit out, and you may be suffering from some kind of addiction. It could be a sex addiction. It could be a drug addiction. It could be a porn addiction. It could be an addiction to social media. An addiction to looking good for the Joneses. An addiction is an addiction. It's something that you do that you cannot stop, and it harms you in hurtful ways and the people around you because you cannot control the actions that are tied to this feeling, this great feeling that you get when you do the same action over and over again. That is my hood description. So this is what we're working with right now. So I'm going to pull some cards, Gemini, some tarot cards to see how we can talk about this. Spirit, we're going to ask you to please intervene. I'm asking that you please intervene and provide me with the guided messages for the Gemini collective. Please provide me with the Gemini message. And Gemini cross watcher, welcome. Please watch with care. And I must say it time and time again, to please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And the importance of doing that is not trying to align something that has no dealings in your story, no connection to you to make it fit when it just doesn't pertain to what you have going on. Just book a personal reading at the link in the description to ask your personal questions, and I'll be at your beck and call once that payment clears. So let's look at this now. We have the Three of Wands, the Six of Swords. Interestingly, the Six of Swords with the Chaser. So someone needing to embrace change. And then the Ace of Pentacles is for the person whose heart needs to be healed. And only you can heal your heart. And then on the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. So everybody is just looking to get their fix and hoping for the best and hoping that whatever choice they make will satisfy them. Instant gratification. So I'm just going to read this collectively as general advice for anyone going through any kind of situation where you're looking for love, or you're waiting for love, or love has left you, or your heart is hurting because for whatever reason, lack of love causes pain. So I feel like this is a very important time for you to understand what makes you happy. This is a very important time for you to try to explain what it is that makes your energy flow. Explaining the things that makes you feel good. I feel an energy of someone who is afraid of saying, I like it, I like this, or this makes me feel good when you do this. Someone who's timid with explaining what they want, whereas you end up settling for what you don't want, and then you end up being disappointed because you haven't voiced what your heart desires. So your guides are saying to pay attention to your desires and to not be afraid of tending to those desires. There's an energy of someone who needs to master the art of allowing things to be. This is that codependent energy. That person who wants things to just not a hair be out of place. And the moment that you feel as if someone is going to shake up the process or shake up the status quo of your life by moving things out of place, or a woman comes into your person's life or your ex's life as simply a friend, and you are so afraid that your position is threatened or the potential of reconciliation is threatened because you feel as if this is your only hope. And that is so unfair to you. I feel as if the energy that you have for yourself is that you don't deserve more than what you have right now, which is why you are settling, which is why you are chasing something that is vibrating on a lower frequency than you are. You have to challenge yourself to want more for yourself. You can't figure your life out by being closed-minded. Notice all of these cards are appearing outside. The Six of Swords bending around the corner, going into the light. The Ace of Pentacles going up into the light, walking up the stairs into the light. The Three of Wands walking through the corridor, through the front door, into the light. I feel as if this is an energy of someone who keeps themselves in a box. I'm going to pull out the OG deck for some clarifications. If you want love, you have to be of love. I feel like if you don't want the love if you don't want to experience what you experienced in the past, you have to change, you have to shift from the darkness of the past and stop comparing what is not happening to the past. Sometimes you can create realities that aren't even there by constantly comparing things to the past, which is why now you have to accept your situation for what it is and keep moving forward. For that person that's waiting on their soulmate or looking for their soulmate, are you a soulmate? Do you feel like you would be someone's amazing soulmate, or are you just hanging up on the word soulmate? What are you doing to make yourself more appealing to you? That is the question. So I have the Four of Swords. So your guides are saying that you have put in a lot of effort into trying to impress the opposite sex or the same sex or whoever it is that you want to impress, because you know there's so many acronyms now: LGBTQ plus, heterosexuals, non-gender, I don't know, but you have put a lot of work into trying to be impressionable to other people. And if you're chasing your soulmate, that is not your soulmate. If you are chasing your soulmate, that is not your soulmate. Your soulmate will not run. Your soulmate will know you the moment that your souls intertwine. Your soulmate will not leave you and abandon you. And in order to be a great mate, you have to mate well with yourself. And I'm not saying that in a provocative sense. I'm saying you need to be able to be a good friend to yourself. If someone is not treating you well, right? You don't beg them to treat you better. You show them the lesson of tough love by withdrawing. With the Six of Swords, it's saying embracing the situation for what it is and moving onward. We're going into a new year, people. And if you go into another year with the same habits from the yesteryear, you're not going to have much change in the new year. Just the thought of it and hoping for the best when your hope is just really pointless because you're not doing much to change it, to make it a reality. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. This conversation needed to happen for you, Gemini, because you need not to chase anybody and you need not to let anyone feel like you need them just to stick around and treat you like shit. It's time for you to treat you better. It's time for you to level up for you and no one else. Sun. The Sun card. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energies are present. Paint the sun back into your sky. Aren't we not talking about going back into the light? Isn't that the conversation that we just had, Gemini? Paint the sun back into your sky. Once the sun is in your sky, right? We have the number 11 here, and that's 2 for balance. So balancing your emotions, embracing what is, knowing that you are worthy, you are worth it, you are enough. You are a class act. You are what they want to be. You are who you are. You cannot change your DNA. Embrace who you are. And that is when things are going to start being so sunny and beautiful for you. Embrace that shit, Gemini. Okay? So this is the message that I have for you, Gemini. I hope it resonates with someone. To book that personal reading, the link is in the description box. Turn on post notifications. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. And until next time, love and light, tribe.